Good evening, heroes and heroines, and welcome to Practising Programming in C on the day that Battles' album Juice Be Crypts was released. It was released today, the 18th of October 2019. So we've queued it up, which gives us an hour and 23 minutes, 27 seconds, including Heather Lee's album Throne, which was released last year, I think. Yeah, it was released right the 26th of October last year. So I'll probably be listening to that on the 26th of October this year, frankly. But that's a beautiful album. Possibly my favourite album of last year. And Scorpio and Androzani was my favourite song of last year. But we're not here to do music. We're not here to review music. We are here to debug Cinera. So let's get the thing going. What we're doing is we quickly delete the global search page landmarks, compress the search to buffer functions, and the project theme stuff in search to buffer and search to top level. So, just make sure I've actually got the right screen up. Yeah, and the mic's coming through just fine. So I believe, yeah, this is where it needed to be. We've moved the database out of the way. And if we go to temp, oh, we moved that as well. So we're building afresh. I can't remember if this exhibits the bug actually, so we'll see. So yep, that seems to be fine. And that's produced these guys. Now let's just see. Let's just try and determine where the actual bug occurs. Yeah, let's try and build again. I suspect this will definitely trigger the bug. Yeah, there you go. So the generic assets, all this garbage is complete nonsense. So yeah, we found the Cinera.css assets. So for all of our people. And then the second asset, I believe, yeah, the second asset is just screwed up. I wonder if I can see what the second asset was. Yeah, and it depends that because you can't find it amongst it. So let's just move that out of the way. The first asset was Cinera.css and the second asset was Cinera topics, which at the time of writing does not have a global search page. And it could do, because the search page, these -1s denote the search pages. So they could, the global search page could conceivably contain a Cinera topics. So if we just add those guys in fact that is instructive. We have narrowed it down to the case in which we get the bug is when we've generated the thing with a global search page and we subsequently delete that global search page. So we now have the case where we haven't generated a global search page, and we found that we haven't exhibited the bug here. We're now going to do the case where we're going to generate a search page having previously not generated a global search page. So let's see what this gives us. And I suspect this will be okay, but it might not be. Yeah, that's perfectly fine as well. So the bug is purely in the deletion of the global search page. So what I'd like to do is jump into here, see where I should actually go to. It's probably actually delete global search. Yeah, this is the case I'm going to be going to. So let's jump to line 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Source file is more recent than executable. Is it? Not sure I should have done that actually, because I've just generated the thing again. Yeah, I don't want to screw that up. So let's just do our thing again. This is generating the thing. Generated global search page. Yeah, again, I do think it's this determined for landmarks for age. I think that's probably our problem. I think that looks fine. I assume that this block ID actually means asset. But yeah, all this looks totally legit. So we've got an asset. Cinera.css. So this is our first generation, and we're looking for project index. So we are looking for this. Oh, there's another leap, isn't there? Of course. So we're basically saying that the result first is going to be 0, aren't we? And we just assume the length of it, which should end up as 1, shouldn't it? I imagine. Probably break out of this, yeah. So if we determine that the landmarked range for this project is 1. Oh, well, my do patient it might be right. So you got the project range already, which is 0, 1, isn't it? Oh. Well, no, it should count as a landmark, shouldn't it? Yeah, it should definitely count as a landmark. Yeah, so something went into right there. So we're moving that DB metadata buffer pointer incorrectly. The existing landmark counts. We should have a breakpoint set, which will hit, I think. Yeah, so it's this function that we're talking about. Now, I guess the question is, what is the... Well, mind you, we do get the asset correctly out of here, so that we can assume, I reckon, that that is actually set correctly. Just seems so bizarre. So again, so the asset is correctly done. And then we're skipping the pointer past the asset. Probably can't see this really. I'm not exactly sure what values they're going to be. But we've got the asset here, right? And we're looking at the first landmark. And this was a valid thing, wasn't it? Oh, that's probably -1, wasn't it? So they look at the same values. All we want to be doing... Right. All we want to be doing in deleting this... First to 0, length is 1. Yeah, all we want to be doing is skipping past 1. It's basically writing out... What have we done? We've written past the assets header. So we're sitting at the... So the edit position is sitting after the assets header. We then want to decrement the assets landmark out by the deletion target length, which is 1. We want to say that we're deleting one landmark's worth of stuff. And then we want to write out the new asset. We then want to skip past the number of landmarks that we've been told we should be deleting. And then we want to write out the existing landmarks for this asset. Oh shit. That needs to be parenthesized. 8299. How did we not hit that earlier? Not a fan of how inconsistently I'm using the things here in the size ofs. Size of a DB asset. Sorry, size of a points to an asset, and then the size of the actual thing here. I think I'm going to go with that style. I suppose the only downside to this is that you need to actually remember what types things are. For example, the DB landmark, that's sort of lost. I suppose you're using it here, aren't you? And where have we got any DB landmarks that were used? We haven't. I mean, we used DB landmarks in here, didn't we? I don't know. Let's go with this anyway. And I believe that should fix our problem. So we need to move that out of the way. Delete this. I do want to double check this. They're saying do that. I guess process prev. Well, I suppose I should look at this actually. How does that iterate? Can't see anything untoward there. So basically the main difference should be that when we go back round, the asset should be a valid thing this time. And it's not. Interesting. So where do we set the existing landmark count? We set that there. this sort of suggests that we're not actually incrementing the assets landmark count correctly, doesn't it? So this is the value we're talking about in here. It's got this asset, so let's count the number of assets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, hang on. Sorry, what am I trying to do here? Yeah, I was actually going to count up the number of pages that use the Cinera.css file. That's what I was trying to look up. So this is all, yeah, this is printed out correctly, right? So this is saying that there are 689 zero indexed landmarks for this asset. So we want to be seeing a landmark count of 690, don't we? I think. Sorry, I need to rerun it, do I? Where are we? That's our thing. Yeah, I think I need to rerun it. Hopefully got the breakpoints still set. So that's saying a landmark count of 690, and that is what we would have expected, isn't it? Sorry, it's under the well, yeah, I guess we're not going to see it here, are we? So yeah, 689 means that there are 690 things, and this is well formed, right? I mean, you can tell it's well formed because it's just gone through the things. Oh, I suppose I could actually dump the. I could dump the assets actually. I could dump the assets block. That's something I could try and do, just to confirm, before we get into this whole situation, that we're dealing with what we think we're dealing with, basically. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of telling that we get this from the DB master to file buffer pointer, right? We skip this past the DB asset. So the addition landmark counts. So again, we've decremented the asset landmark counts. So that's now at 689. So we're in a position to write that out. Increment this past that size of db.landmark should be now a landmark. So I'll change that. And then we're writing out, just double check after deleted target. Yeah, the length is 1. So basically we skip past the number of things that we're deleting. I suppose you could also you could argue that this function is taking it for granted that the search, you know, we were saying delete elements for search, we're taking it for granted that the search thing is going to be the first page. So like entry, sorry, I could look at the first landmark, which I can't look at. But yeah, the entry index will be -1, which comes before all of the actual project's entries. Sorry, before the player page entries is what I mean. But yeah, then we write out that. So it skips +1 and then it writes out this number of things. And having skipped past 1, we're now in a position to skip past all the remaining landmarks. associated with this asset. And then we're going to grab the asset from that new location. And it's wrong, isn't it? Yeah. Well, let's just start off by changing this. Let's change this, and let's also do the dump asset landmarks thing. Pretty sure this is the person who opens it up. Yeah. So we should be fully entitled at this point just to print the assets block, no problem. Oh, I need to reload it actually. Can I just do load? I think that's done it. I think I missed a bit out, didn't I? Yeah. So that still looks okay. I mean, I guess it's possible that the addition of those landmarks has actually not worked right. You know, when we've gone through this reinsertion, maybe that got scrambled up by the thingamajig, which we should see when we print the assets block right now. But no, that seems fine. So yeah, we've got 689 or 690 rather. 690. Just double check actually, assets block. I mean, this does look right. Oh, unless this is stale. That's a possibility, isn't it? If this fails, which I kind of expect it will, because all we've changed is it was this, wasn't it? All we've changed is that used to say db.landmark, which should be exactly the same as that, frankly. If this doesn't work, I'm going to try doing a locate block. Rather than saying that from that, I'm just going to call locate block. I mean, I gotta be honest with this. These signposts, they sort of seem like they're a bit more trouble than they're worth, honestly. The whole point of them was just to it was just to speed up the access of these things. So, you know, you only have to actually locate them in the file once, and then whenever you do, edits to that file, you just move that, you move these signposts around according to the local edit, which I think is a quicker operation than the the locate block functions. Yeah, it's still screwed. So what I'm going to do is locate block on line 8282. And then, I mean, having located that, I could actually set the signposts. Bit perverse, but I think that's right. How you do it? Is this a void? It does return a void. So I suppose another way of doing it would be to set this and then set the assets block from that pointer, but whatever. Not sure if this makes a difference to start with. Done it right. Brilliant. What we could do here is print out all the landmarks. So one of these areas here. Yeah, you could print out, but before skipping past them, just print out the ones that you're going to delete. And then before skipping past these guys, print out all the ones that you're going to keep. So Oh, right, yeah, I need to actually cast that to a landmark. So there's a DB landmark and there's a landmark, is there? What is a landmark? That's probably our problem, isn't it? A landmark is a buffer ID and an offset. Well, there's our problem, isn't it? And I suppose that also begs the question, you know, what we were saying earlier about what you should pass to these things. I think a DB landmark is a DB, yeah. So there's a DB landmark 5, which is this, which is what I actually want. Yeah, it might be better to do it like this. Just so there's no mix-up as to what you're actually talking about, as the patently was there. Yeah, this guy's talking about DB landmarks, which is fine. So let's open that again. Do I have my breakpoint set at the correct place now, I wonder? Yeah, I do. Again though, how I haven't hit that bug before is pretty amazing. I suppose you can argue it's rare that you actually delete a thing. We're now operating on the size of a DB landmark. Yeah, perfect. So we fixed our bug. And Scorpio and Androzani, it's just begun. I think we're correctly deleting that. Do we need to print that? Right past that. Do you need to do that? So let's just 100% double check that we've got that right. We can do it outside the program now. We don't need to do that. Lovely. Compress these guys and the project theme stuff. So we need to loop over the project to make the link notes for all the unique .css files. Now, there is another bit where there's a theme. Yeah, some sort of theme for the parent or top level config to use. Yeah, that's a good point actually, isn't it? Because I think that what this is talking about. Yeah, Cinera index control class hero. I think that's what he's talking about. So you could, I guess you could argue. Well, oh, yeah, that's a good point. So we get the theme from the projects, but what we're talking about here is the overall filter, right? The filter applies to all of the projects. So the question here is, what theme do you use? And it seems to me like we want to have another option, which is simply like the global search style or something. Right, because you have to style this somehow. I'll just show you what happens if you don't style it. So Cinera index control. So your pen string to buffer. Where's it getting the space from exactly? So we're going to open a node. Cinera index control. Just double check what's going on here. So yeah, I suppose this guy, if it's got an ID, which it does have, it'll stick the ID, and then it's stuffs a space. That's a bit sketchy, I think. Yeah, I don't like that. Because what if it's only got an ID? And you want to close it straight away? How many times do I call open node exactly? So you can see all these times after calling open node. So we're not I don't think we're calling it very often. No. all these times we're then going to be calling append string to buffer. So those people, they can be responsible. Yeah, they can all be responsible for sticking the space in if they want it. Yeah, I'm going to say that. All I want to do is produce an ID, this div ID, just without the class. That's what I'm trying to do, just illustrate the problem. But yeah, if what we're saying is that is going to call open it, so I think the open node C means that it opens the node and it closes it, I think. Yeah. So let's go through these. Blimey, this is a right finger twister. Right, and then all the open node functions, calls rather. And then let's go to the actual open node function and prevent it from doing this. And then the thing that we actually wanted to do was generate search. So where wasn't it? Sorry. Build search, was it? Right, here we are. So this is search to buffer, which is not going to be the top level guy. We need the top level guy. Right. Okay, so this thing here, if we just don't append that string, So now these things have got no style. Right, that's the problem that we're faced with here. Basically, because this top level person has got no theme, and we're just using some garbage P here, which is nothing to do with the actual it's nothing to do with the top level thing. Is what it's not to do with. So yeah, I can turn that. We want an option. Yeah, I mean, I guess global theme is it, isn't it? Yeah, I do think that would be it. Just check where I put that. Let's go after templates directory to be in out of practical order. What's the other theme thing all about? So that's got nothing. Push product onto config. Push product. Somebody's got to resolve this somewhere. Right. Ah, so there's some stuff going on in here. Yeah, I do think we need to error if there's no theme. Because if we've got no theme, we can't do anything, I don't think. Although I guess I think the HTML person actually yeah, that actually assumes that it's got it set, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So I guess we do need to be checking if somebody has actually set the theme. Because if they haven't, then we're in some trouble, aren't we? Although I suppose actually the default, if I look at the yeah, this guy sets that. So the default, the theme for projects are by necessity, well, they're going to automatically be set. But the global theme, I suggest, can't be. I mean, I guess you could fudge it and just say that the first project is the one that tells you what the default global theme would be. No, I think, let's say, that you need to set one. Yeah, so it's basically here. I'm sure we've got a config error function actually. Yeah, I mean, it could be a config error unset, couldn't it? And it needn't necessarily have a file name or line number. We know it's an error. I mean, it might as well just be taking a config ident. Oh, it's a push error. Is it? So that prints it out. That that prints out the actual message, and then this pushes the thing on. Is that right? What was this taking again? Takes the resolution errors as the severity of the position of a variable. The position is optional. Right, and that will increase the error count, won't it? Yeah. I need to find what colour I like to set the thingamajigs. I mean, I suppose I could use the configure file and line number, couldn't I? So there's no file name or line number, and it's the severity is error. So you do that, and then you're saying config warning. Included file cannot be opened. So here we go, config edit restrictions. That value is too long. So we're liking magenta bold for that, I reckon. Is that right? Well, actually, no. We're not colouring it. What colour are they showing up in the actual thing? So they're just white. Well, hopefully that's worked. So let's see if we get our error. Please set a Google theme. Yay! Oh, hold on a minute. Onset default medium for project. So we have got this idea of an onset default, onset something or other. What's that saying? Onset default medium. Ah. And that's only considered a warning. Because it's only considered a warning because that can be inferred from an well, it can't be inferred. It can be actually straight up set in a HTML file. Right. Pretty sure I did this only just the other day. Well, it might have been on risky actually. Yeah, medium. Right, you can set the medium in your HTML files. So this, as a warning, is fine because it can be got later on. But the global theme, there's no scope for that to be got from anywhere else. So that will have to be set in the config. There's just no way. There's no two ways about it. P lineage. Config error. I suppose that's fine. If we wanted it, we could sort of say config error global onset. So a globally onset thing will be an error, and it'd have to be set in the config. And then, I mean, the project onset ones could be a warning or an error. And they also additionally say for project : project ID. Well, if we just now stick hero in as the thing. Oh, I need to also change the actual code to use it. So it's not the project, it's going to be the config, isn't it? And there we have it. We've got our styling back. So where previously it was just like that, we've now got the class hero going on. And just to illustrate that that is actually working. Oh, that isn't going to be got actually, is it? Because we're not including the risky theme. Yeah. So that's the task for the next time. Right, we fixed up the landmarks situation. That was simply a case of using the wrong size of the wrong variable in the size of calls. We've now added a global theme variable to the config, and we just need to actually we've added it, and we've got this guy to use it wherever it is. Right. So we've got that. Some sort of theme for the parent, or tell the config to use. We've got it. So what we need now is, in all of these people, we want to loop over all the projects from the current person down all of their children, making sure that we actually link in all the necessary .css files for all of the styles that we're going to be actually citing in our thing. So for example, hero, bitwise. Oh, misc is called one, is it? Well, no. Hero. This is the style that I would use. This would use the bitwise style, so we need to get that person in. The risky style, and then I think all these are going to be risky, unless we've got P as well. Oh, HMD show, yeah. It's a risky in the HMD show. So all of those people need to actually get their .css file linked in. That's basically what we need. And that's what we'll do tomorrow. Or whenever. Tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whenever we next do one. But yeah, that is it for now. And then I reckon we'll compress the search and buffer functions, which is just these two, which should be very straightforward. And then we'll be on to whatever we need next. So thank you very much, Heroes and Heroines, for being here, for being beautiful and fantastic. We've done an hour and a half, which is kind of a nice amount. I wonder if I can waffle along a bit until to make this a 1 hour 31 and 31 seconds thing. We'll see. I'll drop some frames. But anyway, yeah, that'll do for now. Until next time, farewell for now.